recently started reading the manga Berserk by the tragically late Kentaro Miura. It follows Guts, a lone warrior waging a self-proclaimed war against the God Hand and their demon apostles. This is a very, very, very simplistic overview, by the way. Trust. It's probably the greatest thing I've ever read. Ever. Maybe. Full of fleshed out themes of purpose, meaning of life, heroism, classism, the whole 9 yards. Its main character strikes me as the perfect protagonist, and that his relatability comes almost exclusively from his dedication to find purpose and seek out new fronts in his ongoing war against literal demons. As of this sentence in the script, I'm only on volume 20 in the Conviction arc, but I honestly can't wait until I'm finished to make this video, because I already have so much to say about the manga. I'd also prefer to discuss Guts as a doomer chiefly during the Lost Child arc anyway. I'd like to dissect his character not as an artistic creation, or hero, or even a demon slayer, even though that's pretty awesome, but as if he were a real human. I used to go on r/doomer reliably, but infrequently, although there's a fair share of toxic incel shit. I actually found a healthy majority of the posts interesting and are at the very least insightful and relatable. I would even post art there occasionally, since I thought they'd find it more meaningful than the 18-year-old snob on r/. Recently I've been visiting it less, as that toxic minority became a majority, and since the forum is shittily moderated, the posts went from art and interesting musings on life and youth to what you'd see on, well, incel.is.
The sub used to be for nightwalk shit and the occasional meme or insightful wisdom on doomer ideology posts, which were few and far between. Now every post is, today's my last day and I'm sick of living and shit. Suicide is a real and serious old matter, and you should stop posting about it on Reddit and get some real help if you're feeling this way. I hate the idea that is all doomers are suicidal. No, I thought we were just helpless in a cruel universe, but that's okay because we partake in the simpler things that let us enjoy life a little. Like nightwalks, smoking if it's your thing, night shifts, and apparently small subreddits of like-minded people not being overrun with suicide and incel shit. To those who want advice on finding meaning and purpose in life, here it is. There is no meaning. That's the whole point of being a doomer, you fuck. Why would I smoke cigarettes and waste my time walking at night if there was some wonderful goal I could be working toward? I do these things because I want to. It brings a small bit of joy in my life. That's all life should be lived for, in doomer eyes.
Although I disagree with their presentation, I think this person was onto something, and I can't stop thinking about it. This attempt at a concrete definition of the word doomer, kind of the reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Guts is known for fighting hard and for going crazy. What makes Miura a great illustrator is that he knows how to balance character development on and off the battlefield to trivial scenes of restfulness and serenity. These are the breaks Guts has between bouts, much like the tranquility in the eye of the hurricane. Just how Guts' fights act as emotional catharsis to the reader, these softer scenes act as catharsis from those fights themselves. There are a lot of times in Berserk where Guts just sits or stands, brooding, catching a breath, making sense of his lifelong battle during the time that he can. Like walking by yourself down a sporadically busy street late night, these moments give you time to think. You see, Guts knows that he is alone in a cruel universe and knows that the only way he will survive is to fight the fight and to enjoy the moments of introspection. After all, Guts' memories are what made him the warrior he is today. Like Guts, the doomer walks broken, searching for purpose. Guts follows his brand, which bleeds when demons are nearby, whereas the doomer follows an evolved urge to keep going. Some people recognize that tragedy is imperative to existence and still endure the resistance to move forward even 1 inch, like they're compelled by some force. I know life is absurd. I know we face a fight every day varying from economic hardship, racism, sexism, hatred, but in our quest to understand happiness in spite of the onslaught, we forget that we must also fight back. We can face tragedy, parents divorce, family and friends die. We're personally hurt by all of this. Why ignore it all like a cold sore? Doomerism isn't simply resigning from life, it's fighting against it. It's channeling that frustration into something worth your time and energy. To quote Albert Camus,
You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life.
The Doomer sees life as fundamentally empty, but still worth standing up for the better things. As Guts says in Volume 16 of the Lost Child arc, what you see is what you get. There's no paradise you can run to. Life's a battlefield, and you have to fight hard. Growing up and experiencing the real world terrifies her. In the end, however, awareness of this makes us stronger. And that's kind of the embodiment of doomerism to me. It isn't about being depressed and helpless or an edgy nihilism. It's accepting what sucks and finding self-actualization in the struggle to live. It's seeing life as it stands and fighting an unfair existence every moment of every day. Regardless of which oppressor you're fighting, taking pride in the little things you do in spite of unfair structures is fighting. Any act of civil disobedience is fighting. When you stare at suffering face to face, you keep moving forward because that's all you know. This is the beauty of resistance itself. You have to fight for everything you do, no matter how small. Just to exist is fighting. Just to be your true self. That's all it takes. The structure of society prohibits individual expression. Life sucks, but you keep living it because you want to fight. You want to fight to exist. You want to fight to even change it. Maybe it's just what makes you want to keep existing. You just can't help it. But that's kind of beautiful, ain't it? That we can live without a specific purpose. Other than to exist, survive, fight, help other people exist, help other people fight, help other people survive. The fact that we as people can think about that, can discuss that. Society's built on that principle. It's pretty cool. And I want to keep that up.
The mercenary leader who raised me taught me nothing except how to wield a sword. I've never had anything except my sword. I don't want to die. For me, that is the only reason I keep fighting. There is nothing to save myself for or give myself to. I fight because I know nothing else.
I remember watching Spirit of Fiction's video on Kentaro Miura's death. While I love the video and find it a great send-off to such an impactful person to myself and others, I think JD Mathis's comment summarizes the point of my video pretty perfectly. You see, Kentaro gave us the roadmap to struggle properly. 1. Forge meaningful friendships rooted in reciprocity. 2. Be willing to learn from capable allies. 3. Be willing to teach to those who would truly listen. Confront evil fearlessly within yourself and others. 5. Carry a big fucking sword.